Hey folks, Deano here again. This time taking a look at the first of probably quite a few, I'll be honest, Lightning Collection figures from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection from Hasbro. So yeah, this is the first of two remastered releases that they've, well, released so far. This one being blue, the other one being yellow. I've also got green, red and pink pre-ordered, and assuming they make white and black, I'll pre-order those too, because I want the full team. But yeah, I'm actually quite impressed with the Lightning Collection. But for some reason, like ever since it released, I just assumed it wasn't for me. Like the original Morphin team, pretty much every single helmet, apart from white, was totally off. Like they weren't moulded properly, sculpted correctly, all that jazz. So I sort of steered away from it. But with this remastered collection, they're going back and basically fixing that and giving it extra detail. So that's what piqued my interest. Because I'll be honest, the actual bodies for these figures have always looked really good to me. Like, after years and years and years of Bandai in America giving us like basically bodybuilders for Power Rangers, I never bought any. Like, I just wasn't interested. That's why I originally collected the figuarts. But as time's gone on, I've realised the figuarts were a bit too thin. I mean, I liked them at the time, don't get me wrong, but they've just sort of, I don't know, soured on me. Especially the fact that, well, Tamashi's all but cancelled the Sentai line entirely. I mean, they're dabbling again with new ones, but if anything, those will just be reds, and specifically for Mighty Morphin, I want the entire team. So yeah, I will be replacing my figuarts with the Lightning Collection, which I never thought I'd be saying. But hey oh. But enough of me rambling on, as I always do. Let's get blue out of the way real quick. So this is the remastered boxes. Some nice artwork, a sort of render of the figure on the front. Lightning Collection Remastered, Mighty Morphin Blue Rangers, plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. I don't know why that's a thing. Yeah, for some reason Hasbro is on this environment kick just now. Apparently there's talk that they're going to revert it for their more collector-focused lines, because, I mean, you buy something like this on a store shelf, the last thing you want is to open it and have paint defects and the like, which, let's be honest, Hasbro has been known to do so. They're not the best when it comes to quality control. But yeah, I was very surprised when I opened this box and the figure was basically shoved in a corner, and it was basically just crease wrap. Then all the accessories were in another baggie of crinkle wrap. In fact, let me quickly open this just to show you. So yeah, that's the inside of the box. The figure was there, the accessories were shoved up there, and this sort of stuff is what they were in. Not something you really want in a collector's line, let's be honest. You want it well packaged. But at least the actual box is nice enough. You get another render in the back, a picture of everything it comes with, which is a fair bit for £33, I believe the remasters were. But yeah, let's get that out of the way, bring him back in, and let's look at the accessories. So every single one of the remastered figures comes with these sort of soft rubbery effect pieces in their own colour. So yeah, I'll be repurposing these for my figuarts. These would be quite nice, like roundabout Super Saiyan Blue, for example, and the Yellow Rangers round Super Saiyan, that sort of stuff. But yeah, no idea where they thought this up from, seeing as how when they morph in the show, there's absolutely no blue lightning or anything. So it's just extra accessories for the sake of it, which is fair enough considering the price point. You get his weapon, both in the full Power Lance mode. Both are well painted, well detailed. Nice silvers and golds, and you can even see, I'll use this one as an example. You can even see the gold coin there. So yeah, pretty decent. I'm assuming these are so that the weapons can eventually combine. As I said, I've not really looked into the Lightning Collection yet, so I don't know if the original ones combined. We'll find out, I suppose. You do get the Blade Blaster in every single mode, which again is one more than what figuarts did, as I detailed in Red's video. So yeah, missing a little bit of the detail compared to figuarts, but honestly, they're that small, you're never going to notice anyway. The blade part is nice silver paint. They've got white there. They've even got a little bit of silver in the wee crevice. You also got it in gun mode, which is quite good. There's also a hole on this one. I'm assuming that's so that certain effect pieces can plug in there, although you don't get any with these guys specifically. But again, nice enough painted. And then you get the holster mode, which is a welcome addition, because Bandai of America used to love just giving you the blaster mode and hoping you didn't notice, like when it was in holster mode, and it just looked horrible. It really did. You also get an alternate face, which I would say is a decent likeness to the actor. Yeah, you can also, if I can get them out the gap, there we go, the glasses come off, so you can have him in his later season look, or even as an adult, because obviously we do have the Once and Always a Netflix special released now, which is probably why Blue and Yellow were released first, let's be honest. They wanted to capitalise on that. Lastly, we've got hands. So he comes with a pair of fists, which are nicely detailed. Actually, very nicely detailed. They actually look like gloves, which is surprising. A pair of grip hands, which are detailed in such a way that both his weapon and the blade blaster can use them. And finally, we get quite a nice little piece, which is two hands with a tiny little morpher that you can use to actually have him morph which is very cool. I like that. That's something figuarts didn't give us. Yeah, we just bring that close. You can see they have actually tampographed a tiny little Triceratops onto the Morpher, which is very cool, and it's very well painted for the sheer tininess of it. But yeah, lastly, let's take a look at the figure, shall we? So, obviously, the remastered figures are going to be normal length videos, but I think that any normal Lightning Collection figures I get will probably be shorter videos, don't worry. And they'll probably release in between my main videos. So yeah, in terms of details, very nice, very nice. Let's quickly try and pop these off on camera. They're quite tight. They are quite tight. Apparently these are newly designed top pieces and necks, which, yeah, I can see that because the the tolerances aren't quite there yet. So Billy's head goes on nice enough, and yeah, quite a decent likeness. I won't be displaying any of my figures with the civilian head. Let's be honest, you buy a Power Ranger to show a Power Ranger. I am a figuarts collector after all. I like my figures in decent poses most of the time. There we go, that's it back. So yeah, in terms of articulation, let's take the lance off, shall we? So you can look up decently well. Doesn't look down, like pretty much at all. Side to side, bit of pivot movement because of the ball peg. You've got a nice butterfly sort of joint here, which goes backwards and forwards. The arms can go up that far. Bicep swivel. Double jointed at the elbow, which looks decent enough. And these style hands, obviously completely unhindered there. And the hands just pop in and out. Quite simple, quite easy. I think that's the Marvel Legends style that they've taken from there. Hasbro having owned Marvel Legends, etc. They've got all the details there. The ab section has a very nice movement. You can go side to side. The waist crunch, as I'm calling it, can go back really far. Forward decently. It is still quite far, but the belt sort of stops it there. There's no waist swivel, but then you don't really need it with the way the abs work. Old school figuarts style drop down hips, which give him decent enough kick. Double joint in the knee, which doesn't look the best, let's be honest, but it gets the job done. A boot swivel at the top, and apparently the much raved after ankle joints that Hasbro are known for. You can get really far on that pivot. You can go back really far, forward a little bit, and yeah, no toe articulation though, so they get a feel. I'm only joking. But yeah, guys, all in all, I am quite impressed. First impressions, I'm glad I looked into this. I really am. So yeah. Oh, I just realised I didn't do the paint details on him, did I? There's not really that much to say, to be honest. Apart from the fact that the helmet is really well painted. There's no sort of paint defects anywhere that I can see. They've even painted the little lines on the belt. And if you go in, the same tampograph that was on the Morpher separate is also on the Morpher on his belt. And the only other bits of paint are the blue diamonds on his gloves and boots. But yeah, no issues at all with mine. So very, very happy with that. And yeah, so far the helmet sculpts are on point. So that's definitely a good thing. But yeah, guys, that'll do it for this review. I'll see y'all later.